March 24, 2023. Dinar Data. It floats at 1 to 1. Iraqi dinar news update. Dinar IQD news value. Iraq update. Dinar Data. The CBI talking about 1132. We said EMO there will be one more exchange rate movement before it floats at 1 to 1. 1132 is excellent. It keeps going in the right direction. The fact that it comes from the CBI, it's crucial. Now I believe we will see 1000 to 1 as the next movement. Today, a new digital currency backed by gold and precious metals began service in QFS. Mostly XLM XRP. The launch to the quantum financial landscape is nearly complete. Just getting started, and this will happen along with the announcement that RV happened. On Monday, on March 20th, #ISO 20022 was launched, in which the world's currencies are integrated into Digital Quantum Financing System, QFS. Thank you, Clementine. Only digital gold certified gold metals can be transferred through QFS. A gold certificate means the serial number on the gold plate reserved on the back of the coin. The alien technology was used to detain gold using a currency backup. There is no way they could be stolen or taken out of the vault. That's why it's called gold-backed currencies, which means the pieces of gold in the vault's backed by a currency. That time. Q17 Somnic Cruel. Okay. Once again, no delays. It can't be stopped. Cash-in has occurred in different countries. We are very positive about this week. It is all in God's timing. We can't question that. I am not a participant in any conference calls anymore. All that needs to be said. For about 6 hours yesterday the VND went to 1 cent, then dropped back to its original rate. They're still setting the system. The last of the hackers, according to my information furnished by sources, indicated the hackers were apprehended. Nader from the Mideast. In our religion, Muslim, if I make a profit in the bank I have to give it up as a citizen. I'm not talking about companies. If I put my money in a bank and I make profit the whole month of Ramadan, I have to give it up to poor people, bank, mosque. I have to give it up. That's why people will not go and change their money this month and bring it if they change the rate. Nobody's gonna move. This is a religious thing. The smaller notes in the ATM machines is not true. The ATMs are not allowed it with the small categories. For sure, I know. They can't put small category in the streets, and I know because I asked somebody very close to me to get some money from the ATMs in Baghdad, and they're still the same categories notes. This happened yesterday. Yada. Dot. Can't be stressed enough that the budget needs the rate, not the rate needs the budget. The budget is going through the motions, and once the rate is released, it will sort itself out. Militiamen. What you and I and everybody else are waiting for is for the private sector. You're not going to get into the private sector without having an international acceptable exchange rate. They didn't do it at 1360 or 1166, 1192, 1460, 1310. What are they going to do when they change it to 1132? Really, are they going to an international compliant currency at 1132? They're not going to go to the international market and be Article 8 compliant at 1132. Player. An economic institution indicates a rise in the inflation rate, which is the highest in Iraq in years. Quote, the Future Iraq Foundation for Economic Studies and Consultations announced, on Friday, that the annual inflation rate for January 2023 has increased, reaching more than 8.2%, which is the highest rise in Iraq in years. Pimpy? What is the real exchange rate? The official rate is 1,300. There's a discrepancy between the official rate and the market rate. When you read this article there's confusion, and I can understand why. Article, Ali al-Alaq for Shafaq News, wait for a decline at the parallel dollar exchange rate. Quote, the parallel rate means the exchange of the dollar in the market and not the official price set at 1,132 dinars for every dollar. I've been out of the loop for 3 days, but I went back and I did not see any article that I could find that said the official rate for the Iraqi dinar moved from 1,300 dinars to 1,132 dinars. I think this is a typo. I might be wrong. 1,132 would be phenomenal if this is truly the new exchange rate, 1,132, that's a huge jump in the value of the Iraqi dinar. The lower this number becomes, the better it is for us who have invested in the Iraqi dinar. MNT Goa. The reconstruction of Iraq within a clearly defined vision and a drawn roadmap based on several stages. The key phrase here is several stages. This reinstatement could not just pop out one day, but now we are in the stage of progress to get the dinar reinstated, and then there are many more stages to work on the Iraqi economy. Folks, they are following the plan as outlined in the white paper. There is no secrets to what they are doing. Frank 26. Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly. Channel 1 News just did an interview with the finance minister. He's saying soon the dinar will be parallel with other Middle Eastern currencies in the region. Frank, are you kidding me? That's absolutely fantastic. That's insane for him to say that. In other words, he's telling you that when they reach the rear of the float, the dinar will be parallel with other Middle Eastern exchange rates. Every day they are telling you more and more. It's getting ridiculous with the excitement of the monetary reform. You are inches away from receiving your new small category notes and new exchange rate. Firefly, we have heard much from the CBI governor. He's talking about having consistent pricing inside of Iraq. The only way of doing this is through having a strong currency. He is telling us how we are getting away from a dual currency and only deal in the Iraqi dinar in our nation from now on. The dinar will be strong and the reconstruction revolution is coming. All day the television channel 1 has been educating us. Frank, monetary reform education. That's what you're getting, buddy. And it's going to get louder. The rate in the budget is going to exchangeable. They said it's going to start off at 1,300 to 1 or whatever. It has room to play and change. Frank, this is the RV phase. That's why there are multiple exchangeable rates for your budget, but they're mainly for the float. This is massively huge for you to understand. It is not only exchangeable in the budget, it will be exchangeable for you to be able to exchange the 30 notes to the new national currency they are bragging about. Read more https://dinardetectives.com/frank26497/ Awake in 3D. Zimbabwe News. Our GCR continues to progress into reality. Zimbabwe applying for BRICS membership March 17, 2023. Harare, Kai News. Zimbabwe, reeling from the effects of economic sanctions illegally imposed by the United States, U.S., and its Western allies, has expressed interest to join BRICS, the fast-growing trading bloc. I've been awaiting factual confirmation of what I knew was a critical path in our GCR process. Once the Western fiat system reaches its logical conclusion, a large portion of the world, the BRICS alliance, will revalue their planned alternative currency system to gold and other real commodities. This we know. What's been difficult to foresee is how the Zimbabwe bond notes will become liquid and redeemable within this alternative system. Clearly, I needed to see Zimbabwe officially becoming a BRICS member as a path to its bonds becoming valuable. Now it's happening. While it's not a done deal at this time, we now see that Zimbabwe's BRICS application process has begun. The annual BRICS Summit in South Africa will be a must-watch this September. Judy Byington News, Rumors and Opinions. Friday AM March 24, 2023. Note, all intel should be considered as rumors until we receive official announcements, and rates and dates could change anytime until we get to the banks/redemption centers. RV excerpts from the Restored Republic via a GCR. Update as of Friday, March 24, 2023, compiled Friday 24 March 12:01 AM EST by Judy Byington. The world has just entered a black swan event where banks were defaulting across the globe as of Thursday, 23rd of March. The deep state cabal's major central bank Credit Suisse was in default, plus the FDIC has withdrawn their bid to buy Silicon Valley Bank, both of which has created a domino effect that was bound to take out big banks across the world. The quantum financial system took over control of the global financial system on the first day of spring, Monday 20th of March. The truth will shock the world. Big event Sunday 26th of March. Global currency reset, Thursday 23rd of March. Bruce, on Thursday 23rd of March, a HSBC vice president said that within the next 2 days Tier 4B would be receiving their appointments to exchange currency and redeem Zim bonds. Since last Saturday 18th of March, the Iraqi people have been exchanging their dinar in country at a strong rate. the monies received being spendable. The new Iraqi dinar rate came out last Monday 20th of March and began trading up from there on the Forex. Thursday 23rd of March marks, there are a lot of expectations starting about 7 o'clock tonight. So rumors on the bond side and settlement side are that things are going to start this evening. That is what I am hearing this morning, guys. We all hope and pray it is accurate. I am not hearing anything negative. Hearing that some of the groups are sending their leaders back to Reno. So there is a lot of chatter that things may be starting over this evening. We shall see. We know we are close. On Monday 13th of March, the kingpin of the global currency reset, the Iraqi dinar, revalued in country and began trading on the Forex. On Monday evening 13th of March, two high-up contacts reported that the new currency rates of the global currency reset were locked in on bank screens. Tier 1 had already gone, Tier 2 was processing, and Tier 4, including us, the Internet Group, would go very soon. On Monday 20th of March, a global currency reset of 66 nations happened on this first day of spring. More nations would follow to eventually add up to 209 nations in the new gold/asset-backed system. By Wednesday 22nd of March, through hashtag ISO 20022 in the new Starlink satellite system, currencies of the world had completed their digital integration of bank accounts from the global central banking system to the quantum financial system, GFS. Project Sandman has also completed, where 100-plus nations' global agreement ended the dominance of the US dollar and petrodollar. The Federal Reserve was technically bankrupt. In 2023, the Fed will post its first annual operating loss of $80 billion since 1915. It will have a negative capital of $38 billion. This loss does not count the $1.3 trillion unrealized loss on its portfolio. Thursday 23rd of March, Bruce, the big call universe. Since last Saturday 18th of March, the Iraqi people have been exchanging their dinar in country at a strong rate that was spendable. Iran, Iraq and North Korea official delegations were in New York today. Today, Thursday 23rd of March, the HSBC vice president said Tier 4B would be getting appointments within the next 2 days. Between 7 to 9 EST Thursday 23rd of March evening, things would get hot and heavy. 500,000 QFS cards for bondholders would be going out. The new Iraqi dinar rate came out last Monday 20th of March and began trading up from there on the Forex. If you are a ZIM holder with a humanitarian project, have a 2 to 3 page summary of it and leave a copy of such at your exchange. Wednesday 22nd of March, UBS to terminate deal to acquire Credit Suisse, Hal Turner, https://halturnerradioshow.com/index. php/n/news page/world/bulletin hub seeking to terminate Credit Suisse deal. The UBS is reportedly engaged in meetings right now seeking to terminate its deal to acquire Credit Suisse. If UBS backs out, then Credit Suisse will fail, enter bankruptcy, and that will mean a bulge bracket bank, A.K.A. too big to fail, has gone under. The effects on the global financial system are, right now, incalculable. A Credit Suisse default would trigger credit default swaps, and would put the bank in default on all its derivative contracts. This could be a black swan event that sets in motion a domino effect, taking out big banks all over the world. Iraqi news. Friday morning Iraq economic news highlights. March 24, 2023. Friday morning Iraq economic news highlights. February 24, 2023. Sudanese calls for the House of Representatives to resolve the budget law. Baghdad, Iraq today, the Prime Minister, Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, stressed the need for the House of Representatives to expedite the approval of the budget law. A statement by the National Approach Alliance office stated, the Secretary General of the National Approach Alliance, Abdul Sada al-Fariji, received Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani to discuss the latest developments in the country. The statement added, the meeting witnessed, after the exchange of congratulations on the occasion of the holy month of Ramadan, the discussion of the results achieved from the Prime Minister's recent visit to Turkey, especially the files of border security and water, and the initiation of serious steps to activate the Vital Development Road project. Al-Sudani and al-Fariji stressed, the need for the House of Representatives to expedite the approval of the general budget law to achieve the aspirations of citizens, implement projects, and raise the level of services in all governorates of the country. During the meeting, Al-Fariji renewed the National Approach Alliance's support for the government in implementing the paragraphs of the government program, which leads to stabilizing the pillars of stability at all levels, especially political, economic and security, and continuing the war against corruption. Starting today, Baghdad is in front of the biggest Ramadan cultural and popular event after iftar every day. Starting from Friday, the largest popular cultural event in Baghdad will be held in Al-Quashla building on Al-Mutain Abbey Street. The events will include cultural sessions, bazaars of a heritage nature, intellectual games, a small book fair, and exhibitions of several institutions to provide their services to the public. This event is organized by the Revival of Civilization Organization for Heritage and Culture with the support of Tamkeen Fund, the General Secretariat of the Council of Ministers, the Ministry of Culture and the Baghdad Municipality. The Iraq Stock Exchange ends the week's trading on the rise, trading 2 billion dinars. Market Economy News. Baghdad. The Iraqi Stock Exchange announced, on Thursday, the weekly trading indicators, indicating a circulation of more than 2 billion dinars. The market stated in a statement that the number of shares traded during this week amounted to more than 1 billion shares, with a value of more than 2 billion dinars. And the trading index in the market closed for the first session of the week at 637.06 points, while the index closed at the end of the week at 643.50 points, achieving an increase of 1.00% from its closing at the beginning of the session. During the week, more than 1,800 buying and selling contracts were executed on the shares of companies listed in the market. Mark's Coffee with Marks. Friday Morning Chat, March 24, 2023. Thank you, Marks, for all your time and encouragement daily. PDK. Mark's Friday Update. Some highlights by PDK, not verbatim. Mark's disclaimer: please consider everything on this call as my opinion. People who take notes do not catch everything, and it's best to watch the video so that you get everything in context. Be sure to consult a professional for any financial decisions. Member. Happy Friday, everyone. Is this our weekend, Mark? Ms. It could well be. Emo, it's getting exciting. Member. Another week in the books gets us another week closer. Member. Market crashes happen mostly on Tuesday or Friday. Member. Wolvie says 1000% liquidity over 84 paymasters have been paid on T1. Member. Wolverine is saying now that T1 is completely liquid. Member. Have bondholders been paid? Ms. Not yet. There are a lot of rumors out there of bonds being paid in other countries. I believe those to be false. Ms. I am hearing amazing things from banking contacts though. Those who have been silent until now are suddenly giddy and excited. Member. Do you think the EBS will happen next week? Maybe April 1st? Ms. It's quite possible. Things are suddenly all coming together. We don't know the exact timing, but things appear to be coming together now. Member. April Fool's Day would be so perfect for an EBS. Can you imagine all the panic? Member. From Dinar Guru, MNT Goat. I would be very surprised if we got to June 1st and still did not see the reinstatement of the IQD on Forex and have it trading. Personally, I can even see April as a target. If we had not been to the bank by then, I would be surprised. This event is moving that fast. Ms. It has been pretty quiet on the Iraq front since last night. Yesterday was an awesome news day on the Iraqi front. Ms. Bond folks have not yet been paid, but bankers are geared up for this weekend. Bond folks are hearing lots of promises of payment. But they cannot spend that. Ms. Redemption centers are geared up for this weekend. They are on a short on-call status. They have to be able to at work within an hour of being called. Everyone is hoping this is going to be it. No one knows for certain. Ms. We are seeing bank runs starting on the stock values of banks as we speak. Member. What do you think about BRICS? We're saying there is no QFS? Ms. This is interesting. But everyone has their own specialties. Member. I hear QFS is already operational. RV money will be in the QFS. Member. Someone said Vietnam no longer accepting used. Goldilocks. The leveling of the playing field is in progress. March 24, 2023 Goldilocks and Seeds of Wisdom. Thank you RJ. Good morning Dinar recaps, Goldilocks posted commentaries and some. The current banking crisis is boosting venture tech opportunities. A lot of liquidity is currently being placed into the new digital economy. Emerging business entities during their early development and growth with exploitation of technologies and transforming such technologies into new products or services for rapid business growth and development. The world of technology is here to stay, my friends. Digital asset-based trading is at the center of it all. A credit crunch is going on in the bond market at the present time. Currently, the markets are at a pivot point. A pivot is when money changes directions from hand to another. Today, it is unclear who is being given liquidity going forward, and it is causing havoc in the futures markets this morning. The concern next week is for those who do not get provided liquidity. The Deutsche Bank shares are dropping this morning. This is a concern for all banks that are essentially touched by this major bank. It is an indicator that consumer confidence in the current banking system is waning. On the other side of the world, the BRICS nations are growing. The new development bank, formerly referred to as the BRICS Development Bank, is a multilateral development bank established by the BRICS states. According to the agreement on the NDB, the bank shall support public or private projects through loans, guarantees, equity participation and other financial instruments. Wikipedia and the current utilization of the Chinese yuan is growing to meet these new growth patterns. The leveling of the playing field is in progress.